You're adding, as I understand, a lot of internet connectivity customers. There's been a long-term, well, several-year trend of traditional cable subscribers declining. Why did that happen, and why does it now seem to be stopping?
First of all, the answer to that last question is that we had more competition. So it started with DirecTV, then Dish Network, then Verizon and AT&T. So that's a lot of competition. It forced us to innovate. It should lead to less regulation and more innovation and speed from competition. And therefore, just the sheer, the number of new homes in America stopped growing. We're fighting over the same pie. That forced us to get more high def, to have more emphasis on broadband and phone and innovation. And as we come through 7 or 8 years of intense competition, which is continuing, but we think we now actually have the best products. And today we have grown cash flow every year while we had that increased competition that last decade. And it's nice to begin to feel like we might be able to now win back many of those customers that we lost when we didn't have the best suite of products, now that we do.
This is an interesting question of how you think about the competition, because it seems to be changing all the time, and in some cases, you mentioned alliance with Verizon Wireless, but of course in other areas you compete ferociously with Verizon.
Well, obviously that got a lot of scrutiny at the time of the deal, but the reality is they're still competing as heavily and intensely as possible, as are we in the wireline space. But there's probably so much appetite for bit rate. Your wireless device can't go fast enough. So how do we make the technology work that it works really fast because it's handing off to our wire network as close to you as possible, but gives you that mobility that you really get in wireless that you don't get in wired? And so trying to innovate together, walking into your home and it knows your home with your smartphone and now turns into your remote control without you having to do something, or it remembers that your favorite show is coming up and you didn't set the DVR and it talks to you. And so these are things that we hope we can innovate in our labs by working together. But I look at competition, and somebody told me this way back when, I don't know if it was a Coke person or a Pepsi person, that without the other, they wouldn't be as great as they are. And I never believed that. Now, having lived this transition from the only people that can bring you CNN to you can get CNN on DirecTV, you can get it on Dish, you can get parts of it on the web, you can get it on Verizon, you can get it on AT&T, or you can get it from Xfinity. We had to improve our service, our reliability, the fun and ease with which you interact with our products, and the definition of what our relationship to you is. So I think about a radio station. They're still broadcasting music. 10 years later, there's not much else they can do. We today have the largest residential broadband business, maybe in the world. We are the 3rd or 4th largest phone company, and we weren't in either of those businesses a decade ago. We have a couple billion, as I mentioned, in revenues from business services that didn't exist 5 years ago. And yes, we've lost some video customers, and I wish that hadn't happened, but we have an energized organization that knows we have to compete for your business. And if we mess up, you're going to leave us, and that's going to cost us a lot of money, so we're very focused.